All right, so here we are with Chapter 3 of the Knight book, problem number 69, and it reads, tennis player hits a ball 2 meters above the ground. The ball leaves his racket with a speed of 20 meters per second and an angle of 5 degrees above the horizontal. The horizontal distance to the net is 7 meters, and the net is 1 meter high. Does the ball clear the net, and if so, by how much? If not, by how much does it miss? All right, so we've got some initial conditions to write in. You see I've already drawn a little picture of the situation here. So we know that the initial height that it gets hit at is 2 meters, and we hit it with a speed of 20 meters per second and at an angle of 5 degrees. All right, we know that the person is 7 meters away from the net. All right, so that's our x. And we know that the net is 1 meter high, right? So we can call that the y of the net is equal to 1 meter. Okay? So when we solve a projectile motion, the bridge that bridges our x and y components together is that time. So we need to know the time. That's the first thing. Okay? So to go about doing that, right, I'm going to start with x equals x sub o plus v sub o x t plus 1/2 a t squared. And the reason I chose that is because I know how far away the net is, and I know how fast it is. So that's going to allow me to find the time. All right, so if I make just one quick change here, that should be a 7, not a 5. All right, and we plug in what we know. We know that the net is going to be 7 meters away. Our original distance, or original position, is going to be 0 where the ball is hit. Right? Our initial speed is going to be the x component of that speed, so it's 20 cosine of 5, and then times t. In this 1/2 at term goes to 0 because there is no acceleration in the x direction, because that x speed, that component, is always constant. So if we do this out, we solve for t, we find that t should be 0.351 seconds. So now we know the time, and that's really helpful. So what we would like to do now is find out, does the ball hit the net? Right? So what I want to know is, thinking about this problem, is I want to know how far off the ground is the ball when it gets to the net. So where is it when it hits the net? Does it come down and does it hit the net and never make it over? Or does it continue on at some speed that allows it to carry it over the net without a problem? And then once we find out what is happening, we need to then learn how far above does it cross, or does it hit it, and how far below does it hit it? So again, what I want to know is, I want to know the height when it gets that 7 meters, right? We know the time that it travels, time it takes to get the 7 meters. So now that'll allow us to find the height at that 7 meter 0.351 second period. So we get our y equals y sub o plus v sub o y t plus 1/2 g t squared. All right, the y is what we're looking for. Our initial position off the ground was 2 meters. And then we have v sub o y, which is 20 times the sine of 5. Our time is 0.351. And then we have 1/2 negative 9.8 times 0.351 squared. This gives us 2 plus 0.612 minus 0.604. And then we get that the height when a time is at 0.351, which is also when it's 7 meters away from where it was hit, we get a height of about 2.01 meters. We call it 2 meters. That means that then, yes, it does clear the net, right? Because the net is 1 meter high, and we are 2 meters above it. So then, yes, it clears the net, and it clears it by about 1 meter. So this would be y when we are at the net. Okay? So that was problem number 69, chapter 3. Thanks a lot.